April 30th, 2026, Moroccan and Monroe Cannon turned 15 years old. And if you thought Mariah Carey was going to let that slide quietly, you clearly haven't been paying attention. She posted a full photo gallery on Instagram and Facebook, showing a Disney park celebration, complete with nighttime fireworks, matching birthday shirts that read Rocky and Roe 15th birthday, and individual cakes being blown out by two teenagers who honestly look more grown-up every time we see them. The caption from Mariah was simple: "Happy birthday, Rock and Roe. I love you so much, Mom." But the comment sections, those were anything but simple. Fans immediately zoomed in on Monroe's updated look, with people pointing out that she's carrying herself differently now, that something about her has shifted, that she's starting to look less like a kid and more like someone who knows exactly who she is. And then came the comments comparing Moroccan to his father, Nick Cannon, because apparently Moroccan looks so much like Nick that fans on Facebook literally could not stop writing things like, "Rocky is looking just like his dad," and "that son is Nick's twin." The birthday post pulled thousands of reactions within hours, which tells you everything about how locked in people still are on this family. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the birthday celebration didn't happen in a vacuum. Right around the same time, Nick Cannon sat down for an interview on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast. And during that conversation, the topic of his massive family came up, which, given that Nick has 12 children with 6 women, is not exactly a surprise. But what caught people's attention was a specific moment where Nick said he'd be open to having more children if one of his co-parents brought it to the table.
Twins and our, a boy, not necessarily twins, we wanted a boy and a girl.
And when the conversation circled around to Mariah, Nick made it clear that when it comes to what she's up to in her personal life, he genuinely doesn't know. He said he doesn't know what she's doing lately, but he did describe the co-parenting dynamic with her as something that has worked, something that stayed functional, because the two of them stayed friends and kept communication open. Mariah herself had said the same thing in a previous interview with PLPL, telling them, "I think Nick and I have done pretty well in co-parenting, staying friends with each other so that we can talk."
I kind of feel like it's best if I don't talk about him because he can just be in his own world.
So, both of them, independently, have confirmed that whatever went wrong between them in the marriage, what they built as parents has held, and that co-parenting relationship has been visible in real, public ways. On April 30th, both of them marked the birthday separately. Mariah posted the Disney celebration. Nick shared a different celebration that appeared to involve Six Flags. The twins had 2 parties, 2 sets of memories for one day, and both parents showed up for them. Nick had actually done something similar the year before for their 14th birthday, renting out an entire escape room because, as he explained it, the twins felt they were too cool for a traditional birthday party. He even joked that they let the old man come along as a chaperone. That detail alone tells you a lot. These kids have enough of a relationship with their dad that they're comfortable making fun of him, and he's secure enough to lean into it publicly. And Monroe, who recently posted on social media to clarify that Moroccan is her only full sibling, writing, "I only have one brother. I do have other half-siblings from my dad, but they are all many, many years younger than me," has shown she's not afraid to speak for herself either. This is the family Mariah has been raising, and the Easter moment that went viral a few weeks before the birthday showed that dynamic in the clearest possible way. On April 5th, Mariah posted an Easter photo set on Instagram showing the 3 of them posed in front of an oversized Easter bunny mascot. Mariah wore a pink sequin dress with a sparkly shawl. Monroe had on an off-white sweatshirt and baggy jeans, threw up a peace sign, and stuck out her tongue. Moroccan wore a striped button-down layered over a white long-sleeve shirt, held a plush bunny, and looked straight into the camera with a completely unbothered expression. It was a cute, slightly theatrical, very Mariah-coded photo, and then the kids went into the comments. Monroe typed OMG Moroccan followed with, "Why do you do this to me, Mom?" The internet absolutely lost it. Fans at the Shade Room's Instagram ran to the comment section with reactions like, "Mariah stays embarrassing and getting on them twins' nerves." Good job, Mommy Mariah. That's how you keep them humbled? And Mom Dag off what you look like in the pic they JST be happy you took one? One fan pointed out that Monroe is giving Diva Raya energy, meaning she's starting to look like early career Mariah, which is either the most complimentary thing you can say or the most pressure you can put on a 15-year-old, depending on how you look at it. Mariah herself had already told Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show in a September 2025 appearance that her daughter is interested in performing and that she would fully support Monroe if she chose a career in entertainment. About Moroccan, she said, "My son is very obsessed with streaming and gaming and all the things," which is the understatement of the decade because Moroccan has been building a real presence on Twitch under the username Curly Hair Rocky, and that platform has already given us one of the most genuinely funny Mariah Carey moments.
Okay, guys, I have to get back to streaming, okay? I love him. I'll be in there later, all right, Mom? I love him.
In recent memory. It happened in April 2025. Moroccan was live on Twitch streaming video games with his friends, doing his thing in what he probably thought was his own space. Then Mariah and Monroe walked into the room. Moroccan immediately muted his mic to deal with the situation off camera, then told his audience, "Sorry chat, my mom is here." Monroe walked through the background first, holding a dog. Then Mariah crouched into the frame. Moroccan asked his mom if she wanted to say hi, gave her a warning that he was live and that people could see her, and she responded, "Yes, should I be concerned?" When she appeared on screen, the chat instantly filled with I am Mariah and "Hi, Miss Carey? And is that actually Mariah Carey?" Moroccan, watching all of this unfold in real time, said, "Y'all need to get out now." And then, "Can y'all please get out of my room?" Mariah waved at the chat and said, "Hi guys, I love you too," completely unbothered. Moroccan's last audible words before the chaos settled were, "Bro, get out. Oh my God, I love you, Mom. Shut the door, please." This wasn't a PR moment. What's worth noting is that this wasn't even the first time it happened.
All right, Mom? I love you, Mama. Good night.
He's muted. I don't think he's muted.
Good night, Mom. I love you.
Maybe he does.
Mariah had made cameo appearances on Moroccan's streams before. She had also told People magazine that Moroccan was the one who got her into Fortnite. She said, "I was watching my son play Fortnite for the longest time, and then he taught me how to play." So there's a genuine exchange happening in that household. Moroccan is into gaming, Mariah is paying attention to it, and Monroe apparently walks through the background of live streams holding dogs. This is the household. And then Mariah goes to Erewhon. For those who don't know, Erewhon is a high-end grocery store in Los Angeles. It is the kind of place where a bottle of smoothie costs as much as a full meal elsewhere. Celebrities go there, but they usually go in athleisure, or at least something that says, "I am a person who shops for food." Mariah showed up in March 2026 wearing a cropped leather jacket, a black miniskirt, sheer tights, and high-heeled boots. Full glam. Signature blonde waves. The visit reportedly lasted only a few minutes. Photos showed her pushing an empty cart through the aisles. She picked up a few items. Cereal, goat cheese, pasta were mentioned in coverage, and at one point asked whether she actually had to pay for her things, which became the single most talked about detail from the entire outing. An Erewhon employee told KTLA 5 Morning News they were shocked and confused. The photos and videos circulated across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter almost immediately. The fan reactions were immediate and unhinged in the best possible way. Comments came in saying things like, "I thought she said she doesn't go to the grocery store," and "empty basket," with a laughing emoji, and "I'm shocked she touched the grocery cart," and "I wonder if she even knows how a grocery store works." Others went in the opposite direction. "Mimi is so whimsical. Yes, diva. Get your grocery store run-in with those boots. And always in heels." One comment that spread widely was, "Pushing an empty cart like she's judging the avocados." The moment became a meme format. Mariah's expression in the photos, slightly confused, fully committed to the look, got remixed and recaptioned across multiple platforms. This wasn't a moment Mariah manufactured for content. She went to a grocery store. The internet turned it into an event. And that is actually the through line of everything that has been happening with Mariah lately. She is not manufacturing moments. the moments keep finding her. In January 2026, she was honored as the Musicers Person of the Year at a gala in Los Angeles. And even her red carpet entrance turned into a viral moment because of how she carried herself. Fans described her as commanding the room without appearing to try, and the photos of her in sheer black at that event circulated for days. Then in the same stretch of months, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced its 2026 inductees: Phil Collins, Billy Idol, Iron Maiden, Oasis, Sade, Luther Vandross, Wu-Tang Clan, and others, and Mariah was not among them, despite this being her third consecutive nomination. When she was asked about it outside the Peninsula Hotel in New York City, the footage caught her saying, "Yeah, who cares? Like, give it to somebody else. Fantastic." That clip spread immediately because the delivery was exactly what people expected from her and somehow still shocking. Then there was the moment at the 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards when Muni Long performed We Belong Together while Mariah was in the audience. Cameras caught Mariah's facial expressions during the performance, and social media had fully opposing reads on what those expressions meant. Half the internet said she wasn't impressed, the other half said she was genuinely moved, and the debate itself became its own viral event. Even when Mariah is sitting still and watching someone else perform her own song, that is a genuinely rare quality. And then there's the longer catalog of moments that keep recirculating no matter how much time has passed. The "I don't know her" response about Jennifer Lopez, delivered with zero drama and maximum effect, remains one of the most quoted celebrity quotes of the last 2 decades. The moment during a live Good Morning America performance of Touch My Body, when a pre-recorded backing track started glitching and competing with her vocals, and Mariah's response mid-performance was to sing directly at the track, "Stop singing my part now, baby," and then finish the song flawlessly. When she was spotted leaving lunch in Beverly Hills and asked about Nick Cannon calling her his dream girl on T.I.'s podcast, her response was, "What is he? My last hope," which landed so perfectly that it immediately became a sound bite that gets reshared constantly. These moments don't feel like performances. They feel like reflexes. And reflexes tell you who someone actually is. What all of these moments add up to: the birthday celebration at Disney, the Easter photo with the embarrassed twins, the Twitch stream invasion, the Erewhon outing, the Rock Hall reaction, the decades of one-liners, is a picture of someone who has been in the public eye for over 30 years and has not lost a single step in terms of how she occupies a moment. Mariah Carey was Musicare's Person of the Year in 26. He is set to take her celebration of Mimi tour to Asia. She performed at the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics opening ceremony. She had a federal court rule in her favor, dismissing a copyright lawsuit over "All I Want for Christmas Is You." These are not small things. And yet the moment people talk about the most from this entire stretch of her life is that she walked into Erewhon with an empty cart and asked if she had to pay. That tells you exactly what Mariah Carey's relationship with the public is and exactly why it works. She delivers the prestige, the award, the honor, the world stage performance, and then she delivers the chaos, the grocery store, the pajamas on her son's live stream, the "What is he? My last hope," delivered on a sidewalk in Beverly Hills.